Hello, Gabby Turner here. Welcome to this pick a card reading in which we're going to be asking how is your aura versus their aura. And this can be about you and any person. So it can be platonic or romantic connection. And we're just comparing the states of your auras currently. I don't know why this idea of comparing auras came to me. Do with it what you will, but so we have three options represented, each of them by a tarot card from the Star Power Tarot. Option number 1 is the Knight of Swords. Option 2 is the 8 of Cups. And option 3 is the 7 of Wands. So the timestamps, of course, are going to be listed below as per usual. And once you have decided which reading or readings are calling out to you, you can use those timestamps below and go directly to your reading. All right, group 1, welcome to your reading. You chose the Knight of Swords. So I've gone ahead and shuffled and pulled cards for your energy and for theirs. And I've done a mixture of crystal cards and also tarot cards. The first thing that I'm getting for you, group 1, your aura, is self-mothering and self-protective. So we have one of my crystal cards that came out for you, which this is such a beautiful stone, and I've had this deck for years, and I don't know if I've ever seen this. First of all, you're out of this world, electrically unique, you know, like you're a very special person, but I don't think that you've had enough encouragement in your life where you were told that. I think you had to tell yourself that. You had to build yourself up. You had to build your own confidence up. And I do feel like that's in your aura even now, is what I'm picking up, is this kind of need to self-encourage. You didn't get the encouragement. It feels in particular there may have been the lack of motherly support in terms of encouragement, but this says be your own mama. And it kind of looks like Mama Gaia, doesn't it? It looks a little bit like Mother Earth. But I do feel when I look at the tarot cards for you, we have the 9 of Swords, the 4 of Pentacles, and then the Emperor card. Now these first two cards, like, they give me this feeling of like trying to hide, like, see the hands covering the self. It's like it feels to me that there is a sort of insecurity or a feeling of not being good enough. But you do know how to like project a quality of confidence, right? It's like, let's say you were going into a competition. You didn't have anyone cheering you on in the stands, so you had to cheer yourself on. You felt that nervous energy going into some sort of tournament or competition. I'm using this as a metaphor, although for some of you this is like something that has actually happened. Because you didn't have that encouragement, maybe you're getting up on stage to perform or something, you had to tell yourself, I can do it. I've got this. And I feel like that energy is still so instilled into your aura that you can snap to it, make it happen, right? You can project confidence. You can do the job, get the job done. Put yourself together, put yourself out there. I do feel like you have the aura of someone who can take on the world. You have a powerful aura of someone who can take on the world, and that presence that you have, it is a bit of a cloak, you know, because the reality underneath is you feel nervous, you feel uncertain, you feel that perhaps you're not good enough, but you've learned how to mother yourself enough. I do feel like there could be a special emphasis maybe on Cancer and or Capricorn placements in your chart, but or maybe harsh aspects to your moon. But yeah, you have this Emperor quality that you can tap into, but it's like you have to get real stoic. It's like, I don't know, like when you put on, it's like putting on armor so that you can go out and greet the world. But like you greet the world with a happy face if it's appropriate. But like there's an armor plating all around you. It's like you create your own force field in order to go out and greet the world. But yeah, these are the crystals I pulled. So we have 2 black crystals, which are like self-protective. Again, it's like your energy, your aura is protected. And then we have like more of an indigo with some green, and then a lighter blue, and then with this orangey yellow. So I do feel like you project a lot of confidence in the way that you speak. You speak with confidence, you speak with poise, you seem like you know what you're talking about. The communication comes easily to you, and you come across as passionate and I would say knowledgeable about what you speak about. I would say you also project usually like a sunny quality with this orange yellow energy, but you also can be like serious. I would say that there's a mix, like you can apply those energies as it's appropriate to the situation. If the situation calls for seriousness and poise and focused communication, right, then that's what you're going to bring. But you can also smile and bring a lighthearted energy, and yeah, just like very, very like confident, knowledgeable, someone who gets the job done, and someone who can take on the world is how I would summarize your energy. All right, so for the person that you're watching this for, who you're comparing your aura to, right? And comparisons don't mean that we're looking at better or worse. It's just like, okay, I don't know why I felt called to do this video, but anyway, looking at your energy and then the energy of someone else who's on your mind, their aura. They've got all this fire energy. We have the Page of Wands, the Knight of Wands, and then the Strength card. Excuse me. I feel like this person has such a spark of creativity. You know, it could be just always coming up with fun, new, and interesting activities, but also for a lot of them, they're just a very creative, like always thinking outside the box. It could be someone who's artistically creative. I mean, the word creative can mean lots of things, but like they're coming up with new ideas, new things. So let's say if this person, I don't know, I mean, it could be anything, right? But this person applies their creativity. They have a zest for life that is projected through this creativity and self-expression. Like they put personal touches on things, and I think that just comes naturally to them. Like if this person learned how to make pottery, they would make it in a way that is kind of like unique to them and like really shows who they are as a person, would shine through their pottery making. If this person was an athlete, like the way that they played the sport would have some sort of flair that is unique to them. You know what I'm saying? If this person is in business, then they would be approaching that in a way where it's like, again, like, well, only this person could approach a coffee shop business in this type of way, or whatever it happens to be, right? They're very special. They have a sort of X factor, I would say. I do feel like this is someone who kind of likes to take it easy and enjoy the good life. It's giving me like Garfield energy, you know, the cat Garfield. Garfield likes to eat. He likes to nap. He likes to get into mischief, but it's like fun mischief. I do feel there could be a sort of mischievous energy here with this person as well. Like sometimes they're up to no good, but in the most delightful ways, usually. I feel that there's sort of like a half free-spirited child energy here and a half like curmudgeonly adult. So it's like the curmudgeonly adult didn't come out as much in the tarot cards, but it is coming out somewhat in the crystal or the gemstone cards. Curmudgeonly adult. This is Jet. It says claim your space. And then this is Astrophyllite, unlock your highest potential. So, I mean, I do feel like there's also, you know, we talked about you, group one, having being able to project seriousness if the occasion merits it, right? This person is serious sometimes. It's not a projection. It's not a cloak that they're wearing to like get through life. It's just they are serious about, like, I do feel like accomplishments or something, or like they want to be taken seriously. So yeah, they might have all this creativity. Let's say there's someone who makes pottery. Yes, there's a lot of self-expression in what they do. They're very good at it, but they also want to be taken seriously. There's like a strong like adulting streak here. Like they take being an adult very seriously, but they also have a very childlike, like maybe they like to play a lot of games, or do fun things, or watch movies, or even do coloring books or things that normally children would do, but they still embraced it even as an adult. Like maybe they collect toys. I mean, you know, like lots of adults do things like that are normally for children, but they're still hobbies. Like this person has a lot of hobbies. I will say that. I feel like they have a lot of hobbies, a lot of activities, a lot of interests. Like they're always doing something, you know. And when we say someone is active, depending on the person, that doesn't necessarily mean physically active. You know, for a lot of you, I think we're talking about physical activity with all this one's energy, but it also could just be like they're always doing something, you know. Maybe it's a crossword puzzle. Maybe it's learning how to make lattes. Like I feel like this person always likes to be trying new things. They could be trying out new recipes, you know. Like I do feel like this person really likes to chill and have fun and enjoy themselves. But when they're working, right? It's like they have two modes. They have their work ethic mode where they're like working, and you better fucking respect me. Like I really, there is a little bit of a hard edge here. Like, you better respect my authority. When they're in that adulting mode, they expect to be respected as the adult. But when they're in there like, I'm having fun, it's just for me mode, like that's their happy place. And they like that more than the adulting part of life. So they like to make as much space for that as possible. And again, that can just be like trying new things, like always having this thirst for, let me try something new. Let me go to a new restaurant. Let me watch this new cool movie. You know, whatever it happens to be for this person, they have lots of hobbies and interests. It could be that they like to watch a lot of TV shows. They get into their TV shows and then they're in a new show. But there's a lot of hobbies and interests here. So yeah, this person is just kind of like focused on having fun most of the time. And then even at the bottom of the deck, Ace of Wands. I feel like the Ace of Wands is also coming up as like almost like a shared energy between the two of you, but you embrace it differently. You, group one, are embracing the Ace of Wands with your like Emperor energy. Where like you're showing the world your confidence. You're showing what you can make of yourself. Like you're saying, listen, I've got something, some kind of power, and I'm going to use it. I'm going to make my way in the world. I just feel like you don't, group one, you don't have as much enjoyment of life. Because you have had to just go out of your way to kind of like mother yourself and encourage yourself. It's more that life is a constant battle almost for you. And for this person, life is a constant opportunity for fun. life is a constant opportunity to, I'm going to do what I want. You know, they don't love the adulting side, but when they do the adulting side, they're very self-prioritizing. Like, you will effing respect me. They're very much putting themselves first. And I feel that there is a bit of a difference here, Group 1, because it's almost like there's always a need to sacrifice the self in a way, because it's like you feel like there are heavy expectations for you, heavy responsibilities, but who's going to help to make it easier? Who's going to help to soothe you when you feel discouraged or lacking in self-worth? Yeah, I just feel, you know, it's kind of like there are these expectations you have for yourself, Group 1, of enough is never enough. Like, you're trying to build an empire as that Emperor. We have the 10 of Wands and the 10 of Pentacles coming up. You're trying to build an empire, and it's like, it's never good enough, even for yourself, you know? Like, yeah, you have learned how to mother yourself, but you also just expect, I think, perfection of yourself. What else to say here? What else does Group 1 need to know? We have the 7 of Pentacles. Like, I think this is a good way to sort of shift your energy, is to be okay with understanding that the efforts that you're making are paying off. You don't have to be so focused on, you know, the completion of things or the perfection. Find beauty in the process. Find beauty in the process of life. The process of life is its own sort of beauty. Like, you're so focused, I think, on the end goal. It's like it's so hard for you to just, like, calm down and just enjoy life. And I do feel like maybe you could take a cue from this other person that you're watching this for, because they seem to make lots of space for enjoying life and having fun. And I just feel like there's a bit of a loss of it, at least in this moment, right? Because I'm reading your aura right now, and auras can change, but you can infuse yourself with a bit more of that fun energy too, because right now it feels like the fun, happy, smiling, you're only doing it in order to, like, get through life. You know, like, you're going to work, for example, and you're like, you know, I know people don't want me to come to work looking sour-faced, or, you know what I mean? You show up with the energy that you're expected to show up with. It's not fake. It's just, you know, taking responsibility for life. But it's like, life is just always responsibility, responsibility, responsibility. And when is there time for you? Group 1, like, please try to take time for you. You really enjoy that, or you do enjoy it, actually. I do feel like you enjoy it. It's you lost touch with it. I hope that you are able to get back to that. I pray for you that you do start having some more fun. All right, Group 1, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye. All right, Group 2, welcome to your reading. You chose the 8 of Cups is what you chose. Normally I hold up the card, but I don't know what I did with the card. I think I shuffled it back into the deck when I was getting your cards ready for the reading. But anyways, Group 2, we're looking at your energy now versus the energy of another person now that you have in mind. So that can be any person. People's auras and energies change and fluctuate, but we're looking at it right now and getting some insights for you. So I pulled some tarot cards and crystal cards for you each. I'm going to start with your energy. And based on the crystal cards, I'm getting like superhero vibes, sort of, but it's like fun superhero or something. It's like you're wanting to save the day. It's like, here I am to save the day. Let's see, we have Agate, find your solid ground. Larimar, slow your roll. Shungite, get real with your truth. It's like, I don't know, it's like a fun but realistic self-awareness that I get. Like, you are heroic in some kind of way. You know that, right? It's like you're here to be heroic in some way, to help people to be their best selves, to instill courage and support into other people. It's like you want to help people. That's coming through very strongly, because you want to be some kind of hero. But there's some sort of like fun quality. What is that I'm picking up on? 8 of Wands. I think that you might take, truth and words of wisdom, knowledge that you feel like people need in order to be their best selves. You do take it, and with the 8 of Wands, you can kind of flare it up and make it positive. Like, you try to put a positive spin on things. Stay positive on behalf of other people so that you can save the day, help to save them. The tarot cards that I'm getting are the Page of Swords, the 8 of Swords, and the 4 of Swords. So I do feel like you're a very in your head type of person. And also extremely observant, and you feel, to me, it feels like you're rather focused on other people's needs. Always looking at other people's needs, always trying to understand, okay, what does this person need to excel? I can fine-tune that for them. I can help them figure out how to fine-tune things. I do feel like there's a little bit of loss of self or self-sacrificing that takes place in the process, because the focus is always so much on observing, helping, and supporting others. You are a self-aware person, though, but like that self-awareness is always like churning into a projection of support to other people, which I don't think it's coming through as bad. Tell me more about this. There is self-awareness that you have, very much. But it's also just like constantly needing to sacrifice yourself like a superhero, right? Somehow you do meet your own needs, but it's like, it's almost like that part of your life is on autopilot. And what's the opposite of autopilot is self-piloting. So you're using your energies consciously towards helping and assisting and improving the circumstances for other people. But your own self-care, your own needs are almost like on autopilot. Let's say, if you're someone who meal preps for yourself, like you do that kind of thing, right? You're taking care of your own needs, but that sort of thing is on autopilot. Like, you're so good at certain aspects of life that when you're doing it for yourself, you've already figured out the most efficient way to take care of your own needs. But when it's other people, you understand that everyone is such a unique individual, and so you apply that understanding and say, okay, what are this person's unique individual needs, right? Like, if you had a career as a meal prepper, right, you already know what you like, but you're like, I know everyone else has specific dietary needs. They have specific foods that they like or they don't like, right? I'm using that as a metaphor. Although some of you, who knows, there might be someone out here who does meal prepping as a career. But yeah, you do understand each person that you engage with as an individual, and you try to figure out, like, how can I support this person's specific individual needs? So that's what I'm getting in your energy right now. You're wanting to save the day via the methods that I have just said. And what about this other person? that you're watching this for. And this can be any person. It could be friend, family, romantic, etc. I had a lot of tarot cards wanting to come out for them. We have Death, Moon, Temperance, Six of Cups, and Page of Swords. So let me sit with this for a moment. All right, so I feel like this person is almost doing kind of the opposite of what you're doing, or like a transposed edition of what you're doing. They're looking to see what works for other people, and then they're trying that for themselves to see, like, okay, does this work for me or not? Like, okay, I saw online someone said they drank a green smoothie for 3 weeks and they lost 5 pounds. You know, is that going to work for me? Is my skin going to be glowing if I do that? So they look to see what is working for other people. They try it for themselves, and then they kind of fine tune. Again, it's like nothing wrong with this, but it's like the opposite of what you're doing. Looking at what works for other people, does it work for me? So their focus is more on themselves. That this is definitely someone who's trying to improve themselves. I mean, I keep talking about health-related things, and with the Temperance card, this could be like trying to improve health specifically. Or like self-healing as well. Like it could be mental and emotional self-healing, or just all of the above. You know, this person is trying to heal and improve themselves. But they're very aware of, like, they're looking to see what other people's experiences are. Like, oh, did you try Ozempic? How did that work for you? Or, oh, did you try Zumba? How did Zumba work for you? You know? And it's like they use that with that Page of Swords energy to kind of see, like, okay, is it worth my time to try it? And then when they do try it, they understand very deeply what does and doesn't work for themselves. So whereas you, group one, you're like trying to heal other people and understanding what works for them. This person is more about understanding what works for themselves. They are good at that. And then they're crystal cards. We have quartz, blue calcite, and muscovite. I'm not sure. Let me try to understand. So they're definitely very interested in self-improvement. I do think, you know, they do like to maybe give advice or tell other people what their results are. So this is, again, this is just their aura right now. They're focused on getting results. And it's like the back and forth of like, okay, what works for you? Let me see if it works for me. And if something does work for them, regardless, like this is someone who's like going to give good or bad reviews for the purpose of informing other people. Like, hey, I tried such and such and it really worked for me. This is why. Maybe it will work for you, you know? So there's a sort of a similarity between the two of you. And the shared energy here is Herkimer Diamond, power wash your energy. So I do feel like both of you are people who are like trying to like purify, cleanse, heal, self-improvement, but it's like on your end, and you may or may not agree, but it's like you've kind of fine-tuned what works for you, or at least you've gotten into a solid rhythm for the time being, because right, this is just your art in the moment. You're like, okay, I'm in a solid rhythm of my self-care routine. I know what works for me. And so it's like, it's not necessarily that you're putting yourself on the back burner, but you do have your own needs on autopilot. And I don't think it's not necessarily coming through as good or bad that you're doing that. Because there is a sort of purifying, healing energy. You're sort of more in maintenance mode, it would feel like to me. Yeah, maintenance mode, 10 of Pentacles. Like, your routine is a solid routine that works for you long term. And Judgment card, they're trying to find that, or like find their solid ground. They're trying to level up. You're more like, I'm maintaining my good self-care routine. Now there may come a time when you're ready for a change as well. I just saw 333, or 30 minutes 33 seconds or whatever, but there may come a time when you need to switch it up as well. It's just right now it feels more like you're in maintenance mode and you know what works for you and you got that down and it's working. But the person that you're watching this for, they're trying to level themselves up right now, and so they're have a sort of real strong focused intensity on doing that. So yeah, that's your energy compared to theirs. Is there any special guidance for group 1 here? We had the 9 of Pentacles and the 10 of Swords. I think it's just a reminder not to get burnt out. In doing so much for other people. Yeah, your self-care routine might be great, but like, make sure you're getting enough rest, right? Or else you're going to get burnt out. So that's the guidance for you, group 2. I hope that that was helpful. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye. All right, group 3, this is your reading. You chose the 7 of Wands. Excuse me, my throat just gurgled. Oh my gosh. So yeah, I feel like your energy is so like kind of regal and like commanding presence or like prominence, but you don't realize it because we have lapis lazuli and it was reversed and it says ascend your rightful throne. Like, you don't, like, you're in the throne room wherever you are. Make your big dreams your big life, Ametrine. This is your combined energy. It's like you fill up every space you're in with this sort of regal, like, I'm naturally kind of the queen, but it's like very benevolent queen who doesn't even realize she's a queen. And that's what makes you beautiful. And we also, like, the 3 tarot cards I just shuffled and pulled, they're all major arcana. We have the Magician, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Hanged Man. There's almost like a sort of blindness that actually gives you great vision. And what I mean by that is, because you are so blind to how compelling of a human being you are, you're very compelling, right? People notice you. I think you've, with the 7 of Wands being the cover card, like, you've developed a sort of natural intrinsic quality of like having necessary boundaries so that other people are not overtaking your energy, because you're very high vibrational. Like, your energy is just like out of this world, but because you're sort of blind to that magnitude of the energetic gravitational like prominence that you have here, it allows you to see with such clarity. The Hanged Man is about being able to see things from a very unique point of view. To be on a throne, right? Not even knowing that you're on a throne, that's a very unique position to be in. And because of that unique position that you're in, you see the world from a new, unique lens. You have the gift of sight. Now, for a lot of you, I do feel like with this combination of cards, like specifically you are psychic. But you also just are like keenly aware of the situation at hand. You know who's in the room. You know what their motives are. You know what they're all about. You know what you're dealing with. You know all of the cards in people's hands. You know all of the cards on the table. I also feel like you're kind of the deciding factor in any given situation, in a sense. Like, you know, other people may not even realize it, but when you walk in the room, they're like, oh, we were all here just waiting for so-and-so, I guess. We were waiting for so-and-so to group 1 to, or group 3 rather, I'm on right now. Sorry. See, because you're the queen, you're regal, you're number 1, even though you're number 3, right? Like, you could be the last person to arrive. You're not trying to be fashionably late. And then, but it's like, okay, oh, they're like, okay, yeah, we were like metaphorically rolling out the red carpet here for group 3. You're just very special. You have this magnitude. I don't know how else to describe it, but what else do we need to say about it? That's your aura right now. The aura that you are in the moment. Like, our auras have intrinsic qualities, but they also have changing qualities. I think most of what I'm saying here is fairly intrinsic to you. Now, these might be things that you've sort of developed in life as you've gone on, but it's overall pretty intrinsic to you. You just have like a magical fairy queen type of aura. Wherever you go is your royal kingdom. But you handle it with so much grace. Like you how should I say this? Like, you're not trying to be treated. You're not asking people to get down and kiss your feet. You don't give off that aura or energy at all. You give off a sort of like practical grace. And I'm happy to be here. It makes people feel special because they want you to be happy to be in their presence. People want to be special to you. People want to be special to you. And it just feels like almost like you have these fairy wings. I don't know, when I look at these crystals, like it's giving me fairy wings of like, there's just something very like mystically, magically delightful about the way that you live your life. But you are so blind to it. You might think that you kind of see it, but like you are so blind to it. And it makes you, the blindness itself is part of what gives you such like a surge of power, but it's power that you're not aware of. And yet you exert that power in every moment. It's this sort of like Kundalini power that you have. I feel like you are someone who can make things happen for yourself. And it's just by this, it seems like a natural, effortless grace. You bring beauty into the world. You bring this sort of graceful, practical productivity in the world, you know. I'm getting all this fairy realm, like gnomes happily, you know, like building their homes, or, you know what I mean? Like happily tending to their gardens. It's like, this is how you approach life. You're happily tending to your life, building your life. Your life is your own beautiful creation. You just bring a lot of happiness and joy into people's lives. And you don't understand the impact of that. It's refreshing. It helps people to see and understand even a window into themselves, you know, and that's just a natural byproduct of you being you, that you allow people to open the window to their own soul in a way. Yeah. It's like you ask people to grasp and reach into their own souls. because there's something about you that seems untouchable. That's part of that power and magnitude as well. You seem kind of untouchable, powerfully regal and untouchable. And so people are like, okay, well, I want to get in touch with that power. Maybe that power is somewhere within me as well, because I can't take group 3's power from them. I can't access it. I can't claim it. I can't grasp it. But maybe there's something like that within me too. So I'm going to try to search for that. Wow, that is interesting. So let's look at this other person, whoever it is that you're watching this reading for. Let me clear my energy a little bit here. You have a beautiful energy, but I want to make sure that we're not overlapping the two energies so we can get a clear view of each. So this person you're watching this for, interesting. We have the Wheel of Fortune, the 9 of Swords, and then the Knight of Swords reversed. This person is going through changes with this Wheel of Fortune, and I feel like they're not really sure what to make of the changes that they're going through in their life in the moment. I get nursery qualities from the gemstone card, so I don't know if they're going to be having a baby, or they've recently had a baby, or they're thinking about having a baby. I get like a nursery, you know, like a baby's nursery. And that's coming through pretty strongly. So if this is not true of the person you're watching this for, like, or maybe there's just something about them that you don't know involving having a baby or considering having a baby. But this is a change that I feel like they kind of want and are eager for, but they're also sort of nervous about it. I think they want their baby to sort of have some of the qualities that you have. Yeah. Oops. So we have 3 of Pentacles. What was that slipping out? The Empress reversed. 3 of Pentacles, 9 of Cups. I feel like they would be very happy, even if you're not the mother of this child or father or whatever, even if you're not genetically contributing, it's like they want your energy to touch this. It's funny, we were talking a lot about fairies, and it's making me think of which fairy tale is it where you have the 3 fairies who give blessings to the child? Is it Sleeping Beauty, I think? It's like they want you to sort of bless this child. I mean, maybe that's literal, maybe it's figurative, like I said, in the sense of that they just want you to have some of the child's qualities. But yeah, Queen of Pentacles, maybe they would want you to be godmother or something like that. Fairy godmother. Fairy godmother. Oh, yeah. Now, this is the only reading, I feel like, where the connection between the two was about, like, what's going on in their aura and in their life relates specifically to how they're seeing you. But anyway, this is what it's like. I feel like this person is wanting to have a child, or they've had a child and they want you to be a fairy godmother of sorts. Or, you know, if you're the mother of the child, you know, it's just like they see you as having that beautiful quality, and they're glad that their child is going to benefit from you. Yeah, but either way, they do see their child, either that their child will benefit from your presence in their life, or that they hope that you'll be willing to bless this child's life in some way. I mean, that's what I'm getting. That's very specific, right? So this is a message that was true some people watching, and I know there are going to be other people who are like, I don't know, this is not making sense for me, but anything else to say about this person's aura right now? I mean, just like they're nervous, like I was saying before, like they do feel like it's the right thing to do. They're making the right choice in having a child, but they are nervous. They're nervous about finding the right timing or the right approach or whatnot. Or they're just generally nervous about it, but they also still feel like it's the right choice. It's kind of like, okay, time to jump off the diving board and just do this. You know, there's no time like the present. Basically, they're embracing the choice to have a child, although, you know, I mean, I did feel like it's the kind of thing that a lot of people feel like, am I ready? Am I ready for it? But they're trying to understand, like, yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready for it. Yeah, they're looking at their future and they're saying, like, I have to embrace the moment and do the thing and have a child. All right. So that's what I'm getting for you, group 3. Let me know if that made sense. And don't be mean if it didn't, because you never know who's watching who needed this message. But in any case, thanks for watching, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.